Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I got this stunning pink blue combination Navratri makeup look. I paired it with this stunning silver jewelry and this beautiful colorful lehenga. So if you're interested to see how I got this, then please keep watching. So after I put my hair back, I first go in with my illuminating Maybelline primer. I use this instead of using a pore minimizing one today because during this time of the year my skin tends to get a lot more drier and we don't want the skin to look cracky underneath the foundation. Then I go in with my Dirty Works brow powder in dark brown and I use that to fill in all the sparse spots that I see on my brow area. I go in upward strokes here and then I go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20 and then I spread that all across my eyelid region. And then I'm also going to use a damp beauty blender to basically blend the concealer into my eyelids area and make sure it's nice and tacky there, ready for the eyeshadow. Here I take my time and make sure I blend the concealer in properly and don't leave any patchy marks all across, otherwise the eye makeup will look really uneven. Then I go in with the same concealer and I'm basically applying that right below my eyebrows to shape them and give them a lot more neater finish. Now I'm going in with my Kat Von D Lock-It foundation in the shade 57 Warm. This is a mattifying full coverage foundation. It's really good. I use a damp beauty blender again, and here I'm also using dabbing motions. I'm not dragging the blender on my skin at all. I'm just pressing the foundation into the skin so it sets inside and doesn't budge throughout the day, throughout the dancing and everything. So here again I work it on the other side as well, and again I'm taking my time with it. This video is a little bit fast forward, so in real time zone, you're working this in and taking your time. Another fact I've noticed, I think this is only mostly with people of color, our foreheads tend to be a lot more darker than the rest of our faces. So here when I apply the foundation, it looked like it's so many shades lighter than my entire face. So the foundation really does help us even out our skin tone all across. Then here again, I make sure you're applying this all near your hairline region as well, because if you don't, then it's gonna look like a whole layer on your face and you don't want that. You want it to look like your natural skin, even though it's not, but then I go in with the same foundation shade and I use it on top of my brow region now to basically shape it on the top part. Now I'm going in with my Makeup Revolution concealer palette and I'm using the lightest shade on the palette to basically conceal and highlight my face. I'm going to apply this in a small, a very long triangle underneath my eye area, and I'm gonna drag the concealer till the top part of my cheekbone as well as a little bit bottom, blending it to my cheeks area. Do the same thing on the other side as well. Try to make it equal on both sides so when you blend it, it doesn't look weird. Then I apply the same concealer on my nose area as well, on the bridge of my nose. Then I do the same thing on my forehead area as well, only on the center parts of it, and then on my chin area as well. Then here I tried something new. I basically applied the concealer right below my cheekbone area to highlight that region as well. So I mean, it didn't really it was kind of different, but not a big difference, but I liked how it looked in the end. So yeah, now I'm using the same beauty blender that I used to basically blend out my foundation, and I'm gonna use this to basically pack in the concealer onto my skin. And the reason I use same products to blend my foundation, concealer and contour most of the times is because it already has a previous product on it, so when you're blending it in, it will blend a lot more better than using a whole fresh brush, because then that will have only the concealer on it and it can look patchy. I just feel it works better if you use the same brush for your concealer or the same sponge for your concealer and foundation. Now I'm going in with my Wet n Wild contour palette in the shade, I think this is the caramel one, and I'm using that to contour up my face, my cheekbone area, my forehead region, as well as I do a little bit on my under my jaw as well, but I don't think so I filmed it. And then I use the banana powder from the same palette and I use that to basically clean out my contour for underneath my contour area. I apply the same thing underneath my eye region as well. This is to set the concealer in place and to give it a mattifying effect. Then I basically slightly brush it off as well. We're not baking here, we're just setting it, so we don't want excess powder. Then I use the same contour shade and I use that to basically contour up my nose, and I make sure to drag it right below my eyebrow region as well. That is going to help make the contour look a lot more natural and elongated. Then I basically use my concealer puffing brush and I use that to basically clean up my eyelid space and get it ready for my eye makeup. So here I'm just like blending the concealer in, making it nice and, you know, ready for the eyeshadow. Then I go in with this very light brown shade first. This is just for me to, you know, warm up my eyelid region and prepare it for all the dark colors we're about to use on top. Then I use my black eyeshadow from the Color Studio palette by Beauty Glaze, and I use that to basically start off my smoky eye. We're doing a pink black smoky eye here. So I first go into my darker colors and then I go lighter as we proceed. So here I'm just using my dark black color and I'm using that in my lid area specifically. I'm not gonna spread this all over my eyelid because then that will look messy. So I'm just trying to stay as close to the lid, but as well as when you open my eye, like when I look straight in the camera, the color should be visible above my eyelid region, you know, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I do the same thing on the other eye area as well, and I'm just patting the color in my eye. I'm not dragging it or like, you know, making streaky. I'm just like going in like circular motions. I'm like enjoying like jamming to music here because like Navratri, you know, I need to get in the mood and stuff because we're unfortunately not celebrating it this year because of like stupid COVID. But anyways, I go in with this dark pink color, magenta color from the same palette, and I use that to smoke out the black shade right above it, and I try to like deepen the shade a lot more because I want the pink to be very visible in the look. And then I basically do the same thing on the other eye region as well. And here I'm just using circular motions again, making sure I blend the black with the pink and it doesn't look really harsh. Then once I'm done using this color, I go in with this very light baby pink shade from the same palette again. I love this palette. I got it off Amazon, by the way. So if you're looking for a very affordable, beautiful color for a palette which is really highly pigmented, you can definitely check out this palette from Amazon. Now I'm going in with my NYX blue double-sided kajal pencil thing, and I use the blue shade to basically as the big base for my lower lash region, and then I go on top of it with this really beautiful blue color from the same Color Studio palette, and this is basically gonna make the creamy texture of the kajal look more mattifying. And I just you know place it according to my preference, how I want the shade to be placed. Then I go in with a very light brown, the same shade we used in the start, and I use that to blend out the blue in my lower lash region. Then I apply a very thin coat of my Wet n Wild mascara on my lower lashes, and then I apply a really thin layer of mascara on my upper lashes as well. Then I go in with my false lashes here and I apply a very, you know, nice fluffy strip of it on one of my eye, and I'm using the glue that we get with the lashes in the box to make the lashes stay and not move. And here just make sure the lashes you're applying are very nice and like light. I won't you know, suggest you to go for a heavy lash because we are going to be dancing and stuff, so like you don't want it to like, you know, just fall off or like irritate you during the night. And then I go in with my e.l.f. Cosmetics blush in the shade Apricot here, and I use that to basically add color to my face. Then I use my highlighter by Wet n Wild. This is in the shade Precious Petals. This is one of the most beautiful highlighter you can find in a drugstore, you know, range, and it's really stunning on the skin and it looks flawless and it looks really beautiful. So I basically place that using a fan brush on my cheekbones, on the bridge of my nose, my tip of the nose, as well as right below my brow region. Then I basically go in with my really stunning orangish pink toned Huda Beauty liquid matte lipstick. This is in the shade Trendsetter. It looks so beautiful. It's a very like, you know, orangish nude color that I really like. It's one of my favorites, most used color, and I feel like it's a really good nude shade for anyone with warm undertone. Anyways, then I go in with my liquid eyeliner and I use this really thin pencil tip brush to apply these 3 dots on my chin area and right next to both of my eyes. This is the traditional look for Garba Navratri, you know, makeup, and it looks so traditional. I love how this, you know, it like adds this whole different vibe to the whole look, and it looks so good. I love the look of these 3 dots. Then I basically apply my silver oxidized jewelry here, and I literally like this whole aesthetic of this Garba Navratri makeup is my favorite. I love it so much. Anyways, so then that's me posing and then So I think that is all for today's video, guys. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, then please make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and share this video if you will. I loved creating this tutorial. It was one of my favorite looks I've done so far on myself, and it's so traditional, so Indian. It's so like such a vibe. I'm obsessed. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.